We managed to score 134 league goals with Arsenal. Kai Havertz scoring 26 goals, getting 18 assists in all competitions, playing in what I believe is his favourite role. So today we are going to be rebuilding Arsenal tactically. We've given them 4 new signings, just like yesterday's video. So one is Kai Havertz, one is Declan Rice, the other is Timber. The last one, well, you can find out later. But it wasn't just tested at Arsenal. We went to the Netherlands with AZ, and we also went to Scotland with Haas to try out what I believe is, it's a special tactic. You must try it out in FM as well. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to rebuild Arsenal. We're going to look at the results that I got with the other teams. We're going to, of course, break down the tactic, see how it plays, and all of that sweet stuff. We do have a training schedule for this tactic as well. So without the further hold up, all of that intro is done. Let's get started. And because yesterday's video went down a tree, I believe we are going to be doing this for the top 6 sides, as somebody said in the comment section. So we've done Liverpool. Today's video is going to be Arsenal. I've got Man United in the works, so we just need to do the other 3 teams. But if you have any recommendations of any other teams, make sure you link them or tell me in the comments below. Today's video, we will start off with the transfers out, because I brought in new 4 players, but we're going to have to sell. Arsenal will have to sell in real life, otherwise they're just gonna have a squad of about 50 odd players. So we sold Thomas Partey. Never mind about the price, because we got 51 million for Thomas Partey. I don't believe we're gonna get that in real life, but it's just Football Manager things. So we got Thomas Partey out to Real Madrid, Granit Xhaka's out to Chelsea, Nuno Tavares is gone to Brighton, Lokonga has made his way to West Ham. That's a decent deal, ain't it? We get Declan Rice for 105 million. We sell Lokonga. It's 10 million in Football Manager. Hopefully we can get a little bit more in real life for Lokonga wherever he goes. Balogun has gone to Everton. We all know that Balogun wants first team football in real life. Rob Holding has made his way to Inter Milan, surprisingly. Nicolas Pepe has gone to Porto. Cedric, another player that has gone to Brighton. So with those player sales, we wrapped up around 117 million. That sorts out the Declan Rice deal, but also allows us to go and spend elsewhere. But who did we bring in to this Arsenal side? We will start off with Kai Havertz, one that is actually confirmed in real life, Arsenal's new number 29. He started 41 games in this campaign, scoring 26 goals, 18 assists, and an average rating of 7.71. But I will pop up a screenshot. Havertz claims the Footballer of the Year. He also won the World Player of the Year as well. So it was a very, very good campaign for Arsenal's new number 29, Kai Havertz. This signing is all but confirmed. Apparently, there's some payment structure issues with Arsenal and West Ham for Arsenal's, well, soon to be new number 41, Declan Rice. He started 38 games. Kai Havertz starting just a couple or few more games than Declan Rice. Declan Rice managed to get 5 goals, but 15 assists in his new role for Arsenal. So that's Declan Rice, the media giving him the elite midfielder description. So I've taken liberties and added Timber to the Arsenal squad. So apparently we are really interested in. I would love to get Timber. Last year I was slightly jealous when Manchester United were heavily linked with Timber. It's someone that I liked a few years before. Now apparently he didn't have the best of seasons for Ajax last season, but hopefully he can come to Arsenal, sort out his form, and go on to be the defender that we all think he can be. He started 29 games this campaign, scoring 2 goals, getting 3 assists. Not that it's very important for a defender, but he did get an average rating of 7.18 for the Gunners, and he's only age of 22. Now, if we were rebuilding Arsenal for many years, this is a defender that will surely play a part in Arsenal's future. Talking about taking liberties, well, I've taken a massive one. Arsenal in-game have sold Granit Xhaka and Thomas Partey. We've got Declan Rice and Kai Havertz, but we need another midfielder for depth and quality, so welcome Tchouameni. Apparently there's some rumours, more so from Arsenal fans other than the media. I could have added Lavia, someone that we are reportedly interested in, but in Football Manager he just isn't great, and it wouldn't have been, in my honest opinion, that much fun adding him to Football Manager when he couldn't have played that many games anyway due to his quality. In Football Manager, I didn't give Tchouaméni that many starts. I didn't completely ruin the test. He only started 13 games, 10 in the Premier League. So I did give other players more of a chance rather than adding this unrealistic signing to Arsenal and then letting him dominate the midfield. So the fourth player is Tchouaméni. I mainly added him for squad depth rather than someone that's going to come in and start the season. To get the best results I could with Arsenal, I also signed some staff, some coaches. So we got Paul McGuinness, he was unattached, a free transfer. I got Dave Watson, Daniel Baldini from Napoli, and Alexandra Blessing as well from a free transfer. Paul Robertson as well, but he joins as an under-18s coach. So there's some coach recommendations there for you as well. And for training, I will show you a little later what we did in training, because I didn't manage to do out at Arsenal. I did see the YouTube comment a bit late, so I managed to fit it in my Scotland test with Hearts. Time for the results, and Arsenal fans, it's time to get excited. In the Premier League, we played 38, won 30 of those games. A goal difference of 108 is actually insane. And points, we've got 96 points, just 2 more than Liverpool. In the Champions League, we got to the final, losing out to Real Madrid in the final, 2-0. In the FA Cup, we got knocked out in the 5th round by Liverpool. We got knocked out of the 3rd round by Tottenham Hotspur in the Carabao Cup. I mean, that is disappointing, but we did win the Community Shield. It was 1-1 in 90 minutes, but we wrapped it up on penalties. So we can look at some of the stats in the Premier League. Bukayo Saka with an average rating of 8, Kai Havertz with 7.88, and Gabriel Jesus with 7.85. Those are the top 3 players in the Premier League, all belong to Arsenal. We also got 2 of the 3 top goal scorers, Gabriel Jesus with 39 goals, Haaland with 32, but then Kai Havertz with 22. And then looking at the assists, it's a similar story. We've got 2 players in the top 3, Ødegaard and Bukayo Saka, joint top with 16 assists. Jesus with 9 man of the matches and Ramsdale with 21 clean sheets. Looking at the team stats, Arsenal with 134 goals. We had the most shots for, the 3rd fewest shots against. So defensively, there is some work. It's not necessarily a perfect tactic. I would say with Arsenal, especially with the squad, for it to be a perfect tactic, we should have the most shots for and the fewest shots against. But Arsenal do have the most possession with 60%. We have the most clean sheets and the fewest conceded. We also had some very eye-catching results as well, like beating Newcastle 10-0. An absolutely insane game. Martinelli, Jesus, Saka on the score sheet, Fabio Vieira, but look how many goals Nketiah scored, and he actually came on as a sub as well, and then he scored 5 goals. So I mean, we beat Newcastle 10-0, we beat Manchester United 7-0 as well at home. This was with the 4-1-4-1 formation. You can see here they had 2 players injured, Casemiro and Bruno Fernandes, 2 massive injuries by the way, but nonetheless, it was a very good result. We managed to score 7 past Manchester United, and you can see the results here as well. Some very, very high scoring results. We beat Fulham 6-0, we beat Luton 6-0, we beat Chelsea 6-0, Burnley 7-1, Benfica 7-0, Brentford 6-1, Newcastle 5-0 away from home, Everton 4-0. So we had some very, very high scoring results. And we will see the goals in some of these games as well when we are looking at the style of play and breaking down the style of play. So here we are, we got 2 special tactics. I do have a 3rd one. Well, I've actually got 4 or 5 tactics, but we will explain it a little bit later. So I've got 2 main ones, and I've got the 3rd one, which is you just play against the bigger teams away. So the Liverpool, the Manchester United. So at first, we've got the 4-1-4-1. Now I've also added basically what I would want the team to look like. So we've got Ramsdale and goals, Zinchenko as the inverted wing back, Gabriel Saliba as the ball playing defender, and then we've got Wyatt as well, who will look to cut inside, get further forward and sit more narrow. Ben White, we did see in real life at times he could come in as part of a 2-3 if Arsenal wanted to build with a 2-3, or he can overlap Saka. So we've got Ben White basically doing both, a bit of both. In DM, we've got Declan Rice, the one-man midfield technically. We've got Martinelli on the left side of the attack. We've got Saka on the right side of the attack. We've got Ødegaard being that supportive player, so hopefully he can drop and receive the ball. Then we've got Kai Havertz making runs off Gabriel Jesus, who is the spearhead leading the line at the top. We also got a 3 at the back, sort of a 3-2-4-1, similar to what we saw Manchester City doing in real life. With this formation, I've gone with Ramsdale in goal, Gabriel as the left-sided centre-back, Saliba in the middle, Timber as the right-sided centre-back. We've got Tuchemeni, but a lot of the times I did actually just play Jorginho instead, and then we've got Declan Rice as our volante getting further forward. Martinelli on the left, Havertz and Ødegaard, similar positions as the last tactic, and then Saka again. The front 5 all in similar positions, similar roles as the first tactic. And then for the very last one, the 4-3-3, again, if I use the 4-3-3, but I would have to change him and these two, it's effectively the same as the first one, just a bit more reserved and basically what I would think Arsenal would realistically use against the bigger teams in real life. Now what we are going to do is fill in the instructions and the style of play that I want Arsenal to be playing in. And you can see here formations used. So we used the 4-1-5 49% of the time. So that is the 4-3-3 with the 2 central midfielders in attacking midfield. We used the 3-2-5 box 36% of the times, and then the 4-3-3 only 14%. So we started 19 times with the box formation, and we started 24 times with the 4-1-5 formation. So what we are going to do now is fill in the team instructions, the style of play. Let's actually sort out this tactic because it's all messed out, the team sheet, and this is now the correct team sheet. So let's now sort out the style of play. For the mentality, I've actually gone for attacking. Balance we did use at Hearts and AZ for majority of the time. I would say about 80-90% of the time. Now in possession, I do want to play out from the back, but we're also going to focus down the right hand side, something that I feel Arsenal kind of do in real life, try and get the ball to Saka and focus down that right hand side and combinations down that side of the pitch. We are also going to pass into space rather than into feet, and for the attacking width we have set this to fairly narrow. Intriguingly, we are going to be using low crosses. That isn't the intriguing part, but it is be more disciplined. I explained why I use be more disciplined in yesterday's video. We have done it yet again today, mainly because of the shape and then the passing directness we are using shorter. But be more disciplined, basically I've got players roaming less, and in this shape we don't really want a lot of roaming, especially on the attacking mentality. By default, players will be looking to roam and express themselves, and we're just trying to basically reel that in a little bit. In transition, we are going to counter press. For the goalkeeper distribution, we're going to distribute it quickly and look for the centre backs, but this should depend on your goalkeeper. Now if you go to your goalkeeper, I'll just go to mine, Aaron Ramsdale. If he prefers throwing, or if he's got very good throwing and low kicking and passing, then of course your option should be opt for long throwing. But if he's got good passing, then your goalkeeper can drop the ball out of his feet and play short kicks. I think in Football Manager that is called take short kicks, yeah, where he drops the ball at his feet and looks to pass short when distributing the ball. So the distribution should be down to your goalkeeper. And lastly, for out of possession, we are going to be using a high press, the trigger press much more often, and prevent short goalkeeper distribution. And that there wraps up the first tactic. You can also drop your defense line to lower, which I did towards the back end of the season. Not that I thought it made a massive change, given you're mostly in possession anyway, and when you're in possession your whole team kind of moves forward, so then when you do lose the ball, your defense line are kind of in a respectable position anyway, rather than everyone dropping deep and you're actually defending low. It's more so when you have long spells without the ball. So that there is the first tactic. Now for the second tactic, this is the one I actually tested at the other two teams, and the instructions are fairly the same. There's some slight tweaks. I say slight, it actually makes a huge difference. So in possession, things are effectively the exact same. In transition though, we do have hold our shape. Now I feel this is important, especially with our shape. Now we're no longer in a back four, we're in a back three with 2 DMs. So I do feel it's key that we now hold our shape the moment we win possession of the ball. And out of possession, we're now operating in a mid block rather than a high press, and the trigger press has dropped slightly as well to more often. And for the last tactic, when you are playing the best of the best away from home, balanced mentality, attacking width on standard, pass into space, passing directness has gone to standard with the tempo now slightly higher, run at defense as well, be a bit more I don't know, be more direct in possession. Now we are counter-pressing, but we are also now more of a counter-attacking team, distributing the ball quickly to the centre-backs out of possession. Our high press, more often trigger press, and our defensive line, again, has dropped to lower. Now, before showing you the results that I got with AZ and Hearts, I don't think you should miss that because we actually scored over 100 goals with AZ as well. AZ or AZ? You know what? I'll go with AZ. So don't go anywhere, but what we are going to do now is watch the style of play, watch the tactic play out so you guys can see the beautifulness. The first one's a Saka goal. Here's Maguire kicking it long to Firmino. Gabriel wins the ball, plays it to Declan Rice. Says Tomiyasu plays it into Saka. And you can see here our shape. Look at these 4 attacking midfielders here. Very, very cool. Very difficult to deal with in Football Manager. But Saka's about to run wide with this ball now. He's going to run wide. And also, I use Saka as an inside forward because I was absolutely not happy with the end product of the winger role in this game. So we did use the winger role because I believe that's more fitted to real life. You know, both wingers staying out wide on the outside of both fullbacks. But Saka's end of season results, which is awful. It was like 5 goals and 3 assists. Whereas if I change it to inside forward, it just boosted drastically. And you guys saw at the results as well, his average rating and the amount of assists that Bukayo Saka got. So Malaysia tackle Saka here, actually. Let's speed this up a little bit. Oh, yes, Jesus gets the ball from Maguire and smashes it into the bottom corner. Here Saliba wins the ball, looks for Saka. That's a very direct pass into Bukayo Saka. And look, automatically we've got all of these attacking players who have already outnumbered and overloaded Manchester United's defensive line. And that's a lovely ball for Jesus, and he smashes it in. Third goal, Gabriel wins the ball. Ødegaard drops deep to receive, plays it into Kai Havertz. Kai Havertz, what a through ball to Gabriel Jesus, and he buries it. And that there is 3-0 to Arsenal. For the 4th goal, it is a set piece as Ødegaard whips it in for Saliba. That makes it 4. For the 5th goal, it's another corner. Martinelli looking for Gabriel. It's a different defender this time. So here's Saliba, plays it into Tomiyasu, into Declan Rice. Ødegaard dropping deep once again, which is very important. Looks for Kai Havertz, making that forward run. I mean, I don't know what David De Gea is doing. He's giving up. He's giving up. Here's Timber with a throw-in, plays it into Eddie Nketiah. Looks for Saka, drives towards goal and smashes it. Almost similar to what and how he scored against Manchester United in real life. So that are the goals from Arsenal's smacking of Manchester United. So that was using the 4-1-4-1, but I want to show you the highlights of us using the 3-2-4-1 as well. So let's watch these goals. A 5-2 win away to Sheffield United. They scored 2 goals in the last 5 minutes. So our team clearly lost their concentration and their focus in the dying minutes of this game. So here's Saliba, plays it into Tchouaméni. Here's Declan Rice into Havertz. Havertz, lovely through ball to Jesus. And what a goal. You can see there Havertz and Jesus link up as well. Absolute beautiful. Here's Smith Rowe into Kai Havertz. Declan Rice into Kai Havertz. Oh, what a goal. What a goal. So we can also bring it back as well, just in case we're missing out any build-up play. But we did also see some of the build-up play when I was talking about the tactic. So here's White into Rice, into Jesus, Tchouaméni, into Havertz. The way we work the ball from the right-hand side to the left-hand side is fantastic. Here's Jesus dropping deep as well as that complete forward. Just look how we're keeping possessions. Absolute beautiful, beautiful combination play. That's 3-0 to Arsenal. Here's the 4th goal. Emil Smith Rowe down the left-hand side. Here's Tchouaméni. Declan Rice off. He's hit the bar. Hopefully, Declan Rice can bring a bit of that to Arsenal in real life. And then for the last Arsenal goal, I mean, that's a cheeky corner. That is a cheeky corner. I've never seen that routine of a low corner and then buried it off by the striker finishing it. So that are the goals of the 7-0 win and also the 5-2 win of Sheffield United away from home. But now it's time to show you the results that we got with AZ and also Hearts. Yesterday, somebody asked about training schedules, so I created training schedules for these tactics. Now, I've set my match days to Wednesday and Saturday, so every week my match day is either on a Saturday or Wednesday or both. It could be on a Wednesday and a Saturday if there's a midweek game. So my training schedules was easy to implement. All I had to do in the calendar is put my training schedule in and basically copy and paste it every single week. So my schedules, when there's one match during the week, this is it. I will add the training schedules to the tactics folder as well, also with the Hearts tweak. And then when there's 2 matches during the week, this is what I did. And when it comes to the players, the individual training, I did just put them in the role that they're using in the tactics. So that could be a defensive midfielder on support or on defend. And then for the striker, it's going to be an advanced forward. For additional focus for the attacking players, it was either final third or attacking movement. For the deeper players, it was either defensive positioning or passing, depending on the player and what they were worse at. So that was the training schedule for these tactics. So with AZ in the Netherlands, we won the league just by 1 point, being final by 1 point. In the Conference League, we got knocked out in the round of 16 by West Ham. And in the Dutch Cup, well, we won that, beating NAC Breda in the final 2-0. But in the Eredivisie, I mean, we absolutely smashed it, scoring 104 goals. That is 104 goals with AZ Alkmaar. We also had the most shots for, similar to Arsenal, third with the fewest shots against. Most possession, we come second with 61%. So with AZ Alkmaar, it works really, really well. We can also see with the goals as well. Pavlidis scoring 40 goals in the Eredivisie. That's 40 goals in 28 starts. That is absolutely insane. But you can also see here a lot of AZ players here with the average rating, goals, expected goals, assists as well. Player of the match awards, save percentage. Matthew Ryan with the highest save percentage. So with AZ Alkmaar, it done really, really well. But there was a slight tweak with this tactic, and we're going to look at the slight tweak right now with Hearts. So with Hearts, this is the tweak that I made for kind of the, I mean, we're not Arsenal. AZ Alkmaar were predicted to finish 4th and Hearts were predicted to finish 3rd in their respective leagues, but they don't have the squad or the players for it. At Arsenal, we had the players for it. We made sure we signed or added the perfect players for it. But with these 2 teams here, AZ Alkmaar and Hearts, we just absolutely do not have the players for it. So we had to make slight tweaks. At the back 3, rather than ball playing defenders, we now have 2 central defenders. I also added a central defender as a stopper duty here as well. We are no longer using a Segunda Volante. It's now a defensive midfielder on support and up top rather than a complete forward. We now have an advanced forward. The mentality has dropped to balance. We are now using hit early crosses but not passing into space anymore, and still continuing to be more disciplined. And with the defensive line as well, it's now shifted to lower. We are actually using a high press rather than a mid block. But with Hearts and AZ Alkmaar, it worked really, really well. And with Hearts, we finished 2nd, 5 points behind Celtic. I mean, it's fairly impossible to knock Celtic off, especially in the first season. But we did score the most goals. We had the 2nd most shots, the third fewest again with the shots again. Average possession 64% and all of that good stuff. So it worked really well with Hearts and it worked really well with AZ Alkmaar. And unfortunately, that is the end of the video. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Make sure you are supporting us on Patreon, following on Twitch as well. I'll see you guys soon. Shout out to my Patreons. I'll see you guys soon. Stay safe. God bless and peace out.